Now, Facebook has already come under heavy scrutiny over the latest changes to its layout. Well, now the site's updated privacy settings are being attacked. An Australian man has discovered the social networking site tracks its users even when they're not online. Once a member logs off the system, Facebook can apparently still monitor a person's online behaviour and obtain account information. Well, tech expert Val Quinn is here to explain further. Good morning to you.
Morning.
How do they do this?
Well, Facebook is in trouble again for privacy. Now, what Facebook is being said to doing is it leaves a cookie on your computer, which is a cookie is a little bit of information that it leaves when you go to Facebook, and it uses that information to log in the next time you're on or to make your experience a little easier. So, the way Facebook is apparently doing this is that cookie that it leaves on your computer is tracking where you go online, and then reporting this back to Facebook. So if you go to a website, for example, it'll tell Facebook that you've been to that website.
Why do they do it? Because they want to track where you're going and use it to do pop-up ads? Or?
Well, yeah, that's what the thinking is. Basically, if you visit a website that has a Facebook like button on it, and there's lots of them out there these days, like if you like an article or a bit of music, that information gets sent back to Facebook. And then the thinking is that Facebook can then use that information to learn more about you and what your likes are. Yeah. And then that information can be used for targeting advertising to you. So when there's an ad in Facebook, for example, on here, it will be more targeted to what my interests are.
Can you avoid it? Can you get rid of it?
Well, the only way, I can give you a quick demonstration about how to do it. Basically, what you need to do is you need to delete the cookies from your browser. So this is me logged into Facebook, and I'm using Windows and Internet Explorer 9. So what you do is you go to your tools, which is up in the top corner of your browser, and you go to your Internet options. And from here, it gives you the ability on your General tab to just go in and delete your browsing history. So you click on Delete, which is your browsing history, and then from here, you make sure that your cookies are ticked. So it will delete all of the cookies, and also you want to untick any option to preserve website data. So you go in, make sure your cookies are ticked, and then you hit Delete. But the important thing to remember is that just deletes the cookies from when you've just visited Facebook. If you want to stop your browser from storing cookies at all, then you won't be able to log into Facebook. So generally, you have to remember to delete your cookies after you visit Facebook. And there's one other quick way of doing this without having to worry about these settings is just you want to install a browser like, for example, Chrome or Internet Explorer, and only use that browser for Facebook, and then use a different browser for all of your other web visits and things like that. So then you're kind of isolating Facebook in one web browser, and it won't be able to track where you go.
Great tip.
Yeah.
All right. Our office has also been questioning who owns your photos once you upload them.
That's a really good question. Facebook practically owns everything you upload into Facebook. You got to remember that Facebook is free, but they do take something for for the cost of all the servers and all the people behind Facebook. So they can keep it, they can modify your photos, they can use them in advertising if they want to, they can do all kinds of things.
They can pinch my photos and use it wherever they want.
They can use it to promote Facebook, they can pretty much do anything. They've got an unlimited license to use what you put in there, so always be aware of that when you are putting things into Facebook, that you pretty much don't own it, and even if you delete your account and close it all down, your photos and the history of what you've been doing online is still stored in Facebook servers. They can keep it forever.
Gee, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It is. Thanks, Val, very much.
Thank you.
Matt, there's some photos you better get